Ever since I was a kid, I thought it would be so cool to have the ability to fly. So now that I'm all grown up, I'm gonna try to make it happen by building a homemade jetpack without using any fancy tools or expensive tech, and all for under $30. Thanks to Huckberry for sponsoring this crazy idea. The plan is simple, at least that's what I thought. And it all begins with a very popular science class experiment, for which you only need two things: Mentos and Diet Coke. Now, you probably know what happens when you combine them, but in case you don't, here's a little demonstration. Wow. I haven't done that in so long. Dang, that's cool. And you get a little snack out of it. So my original idea was to use this experiment to fuel my jetpack, but unfortunately, I don't think it's strong enough to lift and carry up my weight. Now, I think I can still use Coke bottles, but I gotta figure out a way to create a much more powerful eruption. Good thing the internet exists, because that's where I went to find a solution. And it didn't take long before I stumbled upon this video from 6 years ago titled Coca-Cola and Butane Gas. This guy takes a bottle of Coke and adds butane to it, and then watch this. When he flips it over, it legit becomes a rocket. What the heck? That is crazy. It also looks pretty sketchy, so I don't know if I should try it because I'm a dad now and I just have to be more responsible. Come on, of course I'm gonna do it. I gotta see if this actually is legit. But don't worry, I will be doing it with a bit more precaution and safety than that guy in the video. Because butane can be dangerous and burn your skin. So I got protective eyewear and these glove sleeve things that will shield my arms and hands. So right now, the butane is in these canisters and it's a gas. But when I open it with the pliers into this little bottle, it'll turn into a liquid. There we go. Look at that. Highly flammable and very cold too. You can see how it's frosted the glass. And now, apparently you just pour it into the Coke bottle. How much do I add? No idea. That blurry video I found had no clear direction, so I just poured until I thought it was enough. I think that'll be enough. And now for the moment of truth. This could explode or do absolutely nothing. Oh, I'm nervous. All right, flipping it over in 3, 2, 1. Oh! What? Do you see how high that went? I don't know if you did. That was crazy. That works. That video is not a lie. Oh my goodness, that was the coolest thing ever. I gotta try it again. I got you on the wide view this time so you can see better. Okay, here we go. I'll go back here. 3, 2, 1. Oh my! Way out here. Don't step on the corn. Don't step on the corn. Oh. Woo! Oh man, this is fun. One more to really show the height. This is way better and more dangerous than the Coke and Mentos experiment, but I think this could actually make my jetpack fly. It's time to start the testing phase. My goal is to figure out the perfect ratio of Coke and butane. So like a very professional backyard inventor, I began to test and take notes and test again. Once I ran out of Coca-Cola, I experimented just filling up the bottles with water. And it actually worked just as good, which is perfect because this makes it way cheaper than having to buy more fresh bottles. As you can clearly tell, I was having just a small bit of fun during this process. So I'm thinking if I have like 6 or 7 of these bottles strapped across my back, will that be strong enough to soar me up into the air? Maybe? If only there was some sort of bigger bottle to make it even more powerful. It's time to level things up. Oh, I'm excited. Could this shoot off into space? Maybe. Could it break the sound barrier? Possibly. Could it take down a bird? Probably. But we're about to find out. Here we go. Oh my goodness, that's so much in there. 3, 2, 1. Woo-hoo! 2-liter big boy test complete. It definitely had some good thrust and height to it, but I feel like I gotta add more butane, which I'm all out of. So this concludes day 1. I've got a long way to go until I have a proper functioning jetpack, but I'd call this a successful start. Day 2 started back at the store with a very simple shopping list. Back at home, it was time to do more tests with the bigger bottles. The results were pretty inconsistent for some reason. I wondered if it was because there was just too much cola, so I tried adding less water, like not even halfway, and... Nice! Now we're talking. I also wanted to see how much the force would increase if I attached multiple together, which required more butane, so I upgraded to this bigger container. I was pretty excited about the results, but am I gonna stop here? Absolutely not. I think I need to add even more. It doesn't look good yet, but we're not going for style points. Just proof of concept still. I'll make it look cooler later on. I don't know if this will work, but you don't know till you try. Oh, how am I gonna flip this? Okay, 3, 2, 1. Whoa! I was correct. It did not really work. It's so flimsy. Okay, I'm just watching back that last clip, and I think it's actually my fault, user error, not the actual design. 3, 2, 1. See how I throw it right there? You see that? Let's go back. Right there. I throw it. I should have held on to it. Look, you can see the difference here. This one I hold, boom, until it blasts off. That's what we want. So with more duct tape and some cardboard for stability, I filled the bottles back up to try again. Okay, so I gotta hold on to it. That's the name of the game here. All right. Hold it. Oh! That was inevitable. Back to the drawing board and to a clean change of clothes. Well, there's no better time than now to talk about these wet clothes, which are from Huckberry. This is actually really exciting because this is my first ever sponsored video, so thank you. To be at a point where brands want to support my creativity in videos is pretty dang mind-blowing, so it would not be possible without all of you watching. I'm just truly grateful. And I promise to only rep brands that I really love. And well, Huckberry and I, we go way back. 2015, during my long-haired phase. This is me rocking one of their hats. And now fast forward to today, I have less hair and they have a lot more products. It's pretty much the one-stop men's shop for the best clothing, footwear, and gear. Tons of the clothes that I wear and gear that I use are all from brands that can be found at Huckberry. It's hands down one of my favorite online stores, so definitely recommend checking it out. I'll put a link down below to make it nice and easy for you. Thank you, Huckberry, for the support, and now back to the quest. I'm gonna use what I've learned so far to make a prototype. So, it's a new day, and I've been doing some thinking. Let me show you. So, the design like this, where they were stacked side by side, didn't work that well. But this one did pretty good. So, what if I combine those two ideas and make this one? Does that make sense? Maybe? Let's just build it and find out. And now to test it. I'm also gonna try to improve the process of pouring in the liquid butane, so I got more little bottles. This way I can pour it in faster and each bottle will get the exact same amount. All right, here we go. Day 3, prototyping continues. Launching in 3, 2, 1. Another failed flight test. I was really confident that one was gonna work better. Dang it. I wonder if it's because there's individual bottles and they all kind of act as like separate thrusters per se, which just doesn't make it shoot up nice and straight. But this is all part of the challenge of building a budget backyard jetpack. I wonder if there's some sort of big mega bottle that could solve this problem. This thing is 18.9 liters. Much bigger than those measly 2-liter bottles. And surprisingly cheap too. Since I'm going with this new idea, a pack of butane costs $11, and this brings the total cost up to $18. With a jug this large, it needed a lot more water and a lot more butane too. A full can to be exact. That's so much. Oh my goodness. This is crazy. All right. Here we go. It's heavier too. All right. 3, 2, 1. Oh! Just smoked the tree. I definitely should have done that in the field. Oops. All right, let's run it back. Okay, this feels safer. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh! After constant failures, this was such a beautiful sight to see as it soared through the sky. Yes! Oh, finally, success! It went so far. Oh, I'm definitely strapping this to my back. It is finally time to move on to the next phase of this project. It's probably gonna be the most difficult part, but I'm excited. The jetpack needs to be sturdy, wearable like a backpack, and also as light as possible. So for that one, I think I'm gonna try to use this insulation foam board. I've got this chunk left over from a past project, so good way to use some scraps and much lighter than wood. gotta come up with some sort of mechanism that flips the bottle to initiate the launch. So I'm thinking maybe just like a simple hinge. Bottles on this part, flip it, boom, soar into the sky. Maybe that'll work. With mediocre confidence, I got to it, gluing the foam board to the jug. Okay, while that dries, I'm gonna start on the backpack part using, well, an actual old backpack. This was also leftovers from a past project, so it's been really neat to be upcycling more materials for my jetpack. Boom, there we go. Look at that. And then this piece, boom, goes there. And then that's what goes on my back. Time to get more glue. Okay. That concludes today. I'm gonna let this dry overnight, and then tomorrow we keep the progress going. Well, that's what I hoped would happen, but we've got a problem. Remember how I thought it would work to use a hinge method like that? Well, now that I have the pieces and I'm putting it together, I'm realizing that it's not really gonna work. Because just the whole jug of water would be sitting on my head like that in order for it to flip properly, and I feel like it would just spill all over me, and I don't really want to shower in butane. So I got to come up with some sort of solution. There's no way I'm giving up at this point, so after a bit of brainstorming, I came up with this. What if instead of flipping it, it spins into place? So it starts like that, and then spins, and then boom. That could maybe work. Hold on, I'm gonna go grab something. I borrowed this Lazy Susan from the kitchen, which has the spin that I'm looking for. In the name of not spending any more money, I sacrificed Susan and cut it down to size. Next, I glued it into place on the back part of the water jug. While it dries, let me tell you about a new term that I recently learned called fin stabilization. It's a technology that's used on boats, but also aircrafts and rockets that helps to maintain trajectory and stability in flight. So obviously I gotta make some for my jetpack. If NASA's using them, then so will I. However, probably unlike NASA, the fins for my jetpack will be made out of this cheap foam. After cutting them out, I spent a while sanding them to perfection. I'm hoping these little guys will increase my chance of a safe and stable flight, which is good. But what's not so good is that as I tried to attach the other part of the Lazy Susan to the backpack, it just totally broke apart. And I learned that it was all being held together by a single screw. So it's not ideal, but to replace it, I bought this seat swivel thingy, which cost $10. So my overall price has now gone up, but I'm hoping it'll be worth it. Oh yeah, it already feels way sturdier now. Like, it'll definitely be strong enough to actually hold the weight of the water. And then check this. The spin, which I still gotta figure out how to do, but then blast off. Woo! Oh, nice. That feels great. That's why you don't give up. Oh, this project is definitely taking longer than I thought, but I just gotta keep. It's time to make the jetpack look better and less pink. Once the spray painting was done, I worked on putting together 2 handles using some PVC pipe that I had lying around. Then I also painted those. And here's how it looks. Now I just gotta figure out how to spin the jug upside down. It's gonna be pretty complex and probably the most technical thing I've ever. I just decided to use rope actually. Very simple yet effective. All right, let me walk you through what I'm thinking. So picture this full of water and the butane. I grab this rope here with this hand, whoosh, slide it into place, upside down, grab these handles for stabilization. Actually, no, I can't let go. I gotta have both hands at all times. So that's the plan. It feels pretty crazy to say it, but after many days of hard work and spending only $28, I have successfully built a jetpack. And now with only 2 things left to do, next time you see me will be on the official flight day. It was finally here. Everything has led up to this very moment. I geared up in a protective full body suit, a helmet for extra safety, and the now very familiar goggles and gloves. Am I excited? Yes. Am I also a little bit scared? Also yes. But what fun would creative curiosity be without a bit of risk and fear involved? I prepared the liquid butane and used not 1, not 2, but 3 full canisters. Here we go. Ooh, it's getting real now. Oh, I'm nervous. I gotta breathe for a sec. Whew. Okay. All right, here we go. Butane in, backpack on. Definitely got to do these straps up. Whew. I'm really not sure what to expect, but here goes nothing. Oh no, my cord. Where is it? There it is. Okay. All right. Official jetpack test in 3, 2. Oh my goodness. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Oh! It did kind of lift me a little. I mean, I didn't soar through the sky like Iron Man, but it had a bit of force. Oh. Unfortunately, I didn't really get off the ground, so my childhood dream didn't really achieve it, but I think young Connor would be proud that I tried. If only there was some sort of bigger container that might actually work better.